Hi, it's Aneta here, the songwriter on my YouTube channel at Aneta Songs and also on my podcast Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. And here is Border, my song Border that I'm supposed to present to you. Okay, it's a song about crossing the border. Hear this? Across your border, cause I'm one of the few. Crossing the border, and I ain't coming back. Crossing the border, and my friends gonna bet it's well chain border, cause nobody gets through. Across your well guarded border, cause I am one only you. Why, where are you going in the middle of the night? Tell me why you are running in the middle of the fight. Nobody to rest, though, that's just about a game. You don't know what you are getting, and it will be just about the same. Here, why don't you hear my voice in the cry? Here, I'm sure you hear an ice cream down the road of lies. Tear, why don't you tear sacred pages full of lies? Share, why don't you share the knowledge of your rights? He's wandering in the streets full of cops and drunken souls. She's looking for the stove and the spoon of hot soup bowl. He's trembling from the cold, covered chest with paper sheets. She dreams of cigarette butts and how to rest her feet. Across the border was the one of very few. Well, and now, folks, I will tell you something about crossing the border. The song Border is, as you know by the title, is about crossing the border. One of my subscribers, okay, and I have many of them, 16,800 very nice subscribers, okay, said it was kind of spooky, my recording, my video. But that's because of the candles. But you know, can you imagine when you cross the border, you usually do it at night. You don't do it in a broad daylight like I did. I had to travel with two huge, humongous size suitcases, okay, showing up at the airport in Warsaw, huge airport in Warsaw. And those suitcases weighed, I'm telling you, probably I'm operating in kilos, not in pounds. So in kilos would be probably each in one of them 30 kilos, each suitcase, 30 kilograms. So that's like 60 pounds or whatever, 50 pounds each suitcase. All right. And as I was traveling, walking towards the uh, airport there, okay, the inside already, the hallway, some guys mercifully asked whether I need some help. And I said, yes, sure, of course I need help, because I was like that, you know. And my suitcases were very modern, actually. They were on little wheels, but I had to kind of bend down a little bit to push them because I couldn't lift them at all. And that guy thought that it's nothing to it, and he lifted up and put full force to his hand, and he almost, I think, broke his spine, almost. And he was like shocked. He says, what do you have inside? And I said to him, books, which was true. One suitcase was full of books, dictionaries, and all the other stuff, documents translated into English, as I was preparing myself to run away from Poland and going to Canada, via Algeria, with the help of my father, who arranged the meeting with immigration service in Marseille, for himself first and then for me in Algiers, to have an interview and be accepted to come here as a legal immigrant. Can you imagine? But that was like that. But first I had to get out of Poland before I reached outside of the territory of Eastern Bloc countries, you know what I mean? So as I was flying in the airplane and nobody opened those suitcases as I was at the airport, because everybody was looking at them, probably too big to touch it even. So nobody touched it. And I was very lucky. And then I landed in Algiers with these two suitcases. And as I was flying above the territories of different countries and I reached Austria, I said, hip, hip, hooray! And some people are looking at me as if I lost my mind on the airplane. And that was my crossing the border. Thank you. About Jimmy Kimmel. He's back. He's back. He's a host of his show and funny as usual, brave and bold as usual, and everybody loves him. And millions of people watch him on Tuesday night in his late show. And I'm so happy for him that freedom of speech won, that we are strong everywhere, okay? And this is very important. Freedom of speech, power to the people, as John Lennon said in his song too, power to the people. All right? And that's what I wanted to say. And also that no matter what happens right now with the border and people being snatched here and there of the streets and from the stores and from the workplaces and stuff like that, that we are going to win, we're going to overcome that, and we're going to live united, free, and off, out, away from regime. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. And on a positive note, I'm inviting you to a third episode of my podcast, Forget Me Not, at Aneta Songs. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.